Yesterday, when I pitched the tent, the weather forecast promised maximum wind speed of 14 km per hour, which is not too much. Unfortunately, as it happens, the reality was quite different. A storm started at night with a wind speed of 39 km per hour, and at times it even got worse. I hadn't slept a single moment because I had to hold the tent with my hands the whole time so that it wouldn't be blown off the mountain together with me. But in the morning, I still felt overall good. I was happy that both I and my ultralight marmot tent had survived the storm. It was already dawn and I had to go to LaJonquera. I had booked a hotel there to get a good sleep after this sleepless night. And then I started to take down the tent. Although at first it seemed that the tent had withstood the night storm, in fact it hadn't. The moment I tried to put it together, the consequences of the storm of the previous night were revealed. The tent poles were broken in several places, and in the places of breakage, the sharp edges of the tent pole metal had cut the elastic cord that held the tent poles in position. My tent, like a warrior after a hard and unequal battle, collapsed from its wounds and simply ceased to exist. I quietly knelt down and took my fallen comrade in my arms, probably hoping that it would come to life again. For a moment I simply stared at one point, trying to grasp reality. Although I had prepared for this hike no less than the last year, I was again struck by some kind of shit that prevented me from continuing the hike. I must admit that on that moment I wanted to give up on everything, because I saw that fate was trying to convince me that hiking in the mountains was not meant for me. Having survived the initial shock, I decided to pull myself together. First, I had to get to LaJonquera, and there to think about what to do next. It is possible that if not in LaJonquera, then at least in nearby Figueres, there is definitely a repair shop where to find tent spare parts or try to repair the broken tent. So I had to gather my strength and go. Unfortunately, the distance to LaJonquera also turned out to be further than it seemed at first. Due to fatigue, I was unable to fit in even 50% of the estimated time for hiking distance. At Requesens castle, I got lost again, mistakenly climbing up to the castle and then climbing down again to look for the right path. For unknown reasons, I lost the video material from the middle part of the third day. As you can see, this path slowly but steadily continued to move upwards. The heat was also not going away. I filled up my water bottle from a very unpleasant spring, hoping that I would find better water source further ahead, so the water amount was not enough for me either. I partially quenched my hunger and thirst from the wild berries on the side of the road. After some time, I reached the place of the plane wreck. In this place, in 1986, a plane crashed. It seemed that the road should go down, but it slowly and stubbornly continued up. I was happy that I found a large plantation with wild berries, which I ate so much that in one moment I even felt sick. But thanks to the berries my body received a kind of energy boost, and I felt that I could walk a little faster. I would have liked the range of berries to be wider, for example strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, but you can't want everything. Walking quickly along the road, I noticed that the bushes in the front of me were shaking. I slowly approached them, watching what kind of beast was sitting in the bushes. After the grunting, it was clear that a small wild boar was breaking away through the thorns. It probably, like me, had come to the wildberry bushes to eat some berries. I finally reached LaJonquera. Although the city was visible from the top of the mountain, the rocky path down took time, and it took me a couple of hours to finally reach the city. I couldn't wait to finally buy a Coca-Cola in a store. When I got there, I found the first place, which was some kind of kebab shop, bought 2 cans of cold Coke, and drank them right there, sitting on the edge of the sidewalk. It was awesome.